Yeah, mate.
We good, yeah?
Yeah, mate.
Oh, yeah, do you want to ask us to give us a shout out, innit? So, stay in Middlesbrough, and we'll cover you from here, innit?
Yeah, Middlesbrough sounds like a shitter.
I reckon there's just... She was telling me that there's just no one after 6 o'clock, like, in the evening.
I had a feeling Middlesbrough was actually like a relatively big city. I thought there was some shit going on there.
But have you ever heard anyone go to Middlesbrough?
No, that's what I said.
No one goes there, no one comes away. So it's kind of like... Because everyone just sounds... It just sounds like everyone just goes to Newcastle, because it's near Newcastle, isn't it? Like, that's the big city near it.
That's what I said. I said if anyone's moving in that area, they'd move to Newcastle.
Right.
Because it's probably the same price, and there's way more going on. Like, you don't move to Middlesbrough, do you? There are people that are going to be there, other people that have lived there since they were born.
Yeah.
And they haven't moved out, do you know what I mean?
Imagine that, you're just meeting someone, you're like, where are you from? Middlesbrough.
I've never met anyone from Middlesbrough,
Neither
actually.
have I.
That's probably a sign that they don't do much.
But apparently there's fuck all there, like...
What do you call Middlesbrough people? Do you know what I mean? You know, like,
yeah,
Liverpool,
like,
Scousers.
Right.
Newcastle is, Wait, what's Newcastle?
Toons, isn't it?
No, you don't call them Toons.
Oh, that's like football, isn't it?
No, it's called The Toon, isn't it? But they're called,
Geordies.
Geordies, yeah.
Geordies.
And what do you call Middlesbrough people? What do you call Middlesbrough people?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing, I don't know. Teesside, isn't it?
Smog monster. Oh,
Wait, what?
Smoggy.
You call them smoggies?
Yeah. Smoggy is a nickname given to people from the Middlesbrough area in Teesside.
Smoggies? I've never heard that ever.
That is so bad. That sounds terrible.
Innit? You have like...
I'm a smoggy.
You have Cockneys, you have Scousers,
I suppose
Geordies...
Cockney's not... Actually doesn't...
But what would you class... Just Londoners? What would you say?
No, but Cockney's the people in London that are like, yeah, mate.
But then, okay, so then what would you call Londoners then? Is it just London? Londoners?
It's just like Southerners, isn't it?
Yeah, but that could literally relate to anyone in the South.
Yeah, I know. But people in the North just call anyone down the South Southerners.
That's true. To be fair though, before I moved to Liverpool, I literally, like, I got the perception from everyone that, like, Northerners were just inbreds, you know? Literally, like... That was literally... When I came up here, I was expecting everyone to just love each other and, like...
Well, Everton's a bit inbred, they say.
Really?
Yeah. I might be starting work in Everton, actually, soon.
What?
Just one day a week.
Doing what?
Everton ladies.
The football team?
Yeah.
They're just doing their nutrition plan and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
dumb.
it won't actually be in Everton. It'll be in Finch Farm, which is the other side of Liverpool. Like, not that way. Like nearer to Runcorn.
Oh.
It's like halfway between Liverpool and Runcorn.
Oh, like Widnes?
Yeah, that's where the training ground is.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pretty sure the ladies team also have their matches at one of the training grounds. Like, they don't play in fucking Everton Stadium, do you know what I mean? So
you're going to be working with some butch fucking... No, I'm only kidding.
Butch, they're not Butch, they're in shape.
Yeah, of course they're in shape. I'm just messing around, innit? Fucking athletes, mate.
Yeah, I know.
How are Everton doing? I don't really keep up with ladies football.
Do you know what? I said this to my dad. He was like, how good are they? And I was like, do you know what? I don't even know. Like,
I remember when I was like younger, like I remember Arsenal and Everton were like the ladies teams to watch. I remember Everton being really good.
United don't. Oh, they just got their women's team this season. They haven't had a women's team.
What?
United.
Manchester United?
Yeah, this is going to be their first year, I think.
Wow.
It's weird though, isn't it? Man U, you'd think they'd have a women's team.
Yeah, you would. But probably all their money and focus is into the
So Everton, there's 12 teams in the league, and Everton came 6th. Oh wait, no. Sorry, that's for the next. That's for the new season.
Arsenal, Birmingham, Brighton.
It's called the FA Women's Super League.
I just remember Arsenal ladies just killing it every time. Like, they just won it every year, I swear.
Yeah, I know they're decent.
Did you watch any of the Women's World Cup? The one that was on?
I watched like a couple games. It's alright.
I bet I didn't watch any. I literally was half and half watching it with my granddad when he put a bet on for the Sweden-Holland game for the semis. Let's see that.
So the league table, There's 11 teams last year, and Everton came 10th, so they just avoided relegation.
This is where you swoop in, geez.
So they played 20 matches, won 3, drew 3, lost 14. Who am I working with? A bunch of fucking spacks. Mate, I'm going to change things, bruv.
This is where you come in, geez.
Yeah, mate. It's funny, I told Laura, innit? Because, like, girls would... When I thought I might be doing it, I just thought she'd probably be like, oh,
Right.
So I told her, I was like, oh yeah, I might just be doing like a job one day a week, and she was like, what? And I was like, working at Everton Football Club, and she was like, oh my god, that's so good. And I was like, yeah, it works out perfectly, like it's local, it's just one day a week, I can still do what I do anyway. And then she was like, oh yeah, that would be amazing. And I went, oh, by the way, it's a ladies team. And she goes, what?
You're so...
I went, it's a ladies team. And she was like, oh. She was like, I thought you didn't want to do any other work. I was like, you changed your mind.
You're so evil, man.
That's funny.
I bet you love winding her up, mate. You're
But
evil.
women footballers are known to be quite lesbian-y, aren't they? Probably not anymore, but when
because I knew
a few years ago,
a family friend I knew years ago. She they moved to Australia back and forth, and she played for Arsenal ladies and played for England.
Was she a lesbian?
She's a lesbian now.
Because like when we were in school, even at school, like the girls that are into sport were the kind of they were like lesbians.
Right. Yeah.
But now
It's
it won't.
hard-
Now it won't be.
It's hard because that's kind of the stereotypical lane they go down, isn't it? When you go into that kind of thing, you just become more friendly with females.
People that were like super girly girls weren't into sport, whereas now you can be a girly girl and be into sport. Do you know what I mean?
It's kind of changed slightly.
There's still probably a lot of lesbians, especially in like rugby, mate. Fuck me.
Yeah,
they're big.
They're butch as well. But they're always hanging around. It's like kind of like the locker room thing. Like for females, it's kind of like that's all they know. Like all their female friends.
Yeah.
Like I don't think any female that like is like high in their profession, like football, rugby, they probably don't have any friends outside of that. I'd imagine.
Probably not.
Because all their hobbies are around that.
But women's different because it's not their full-time job.
It's not their full-time job, but they probably love it just as much as the.
Yeah.
The
Well, I'd be interested to know what they get paid actually. Because there's more money going into it now, isn't there? So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, especially maybe like Arsenal women's team. I bet you that's their full-time job now.
Yeah.
Like the people in our England World Cup team, I'd assume that's their full-time job now.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this Arsenal team is probably full of just our fucking English squad, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
I don't know any of our players. Do you?
I don't have it.
To be fair, they're not even. Fuck. I thought that maybe that's why they're good. Hardly any of them are English.
So you got a few Scottish in there. You got
Denmark,
Austria,
Netherlands, Ireland, France,
Germany.
Wow.
Go on the Everton team.
I can guarantee you Everton is fucking all
English.
Yeah. That's why they're shit. Yeah, look.
Yeah, we've got one Dutch, a Welsh, a few Scottish.
Most of them are English.
Yeah, I don't have a clue about any females in football.
Name 3 women's football players. Go.
I actually don't have a clue.
Name one.
I couldn't even name one.
I couldn't either.
I
actually couldn't. There's one American girl that's fairly popular. It's funny though. Carson sent me like images of, and it's like a few of our English squad, and it's like leaked pictures in it. Someone obviously hacked their Apple, the iCloud.
Okay, right.
There's like loads of images of them like butt naked, like posing in the mirror.
No way.
When people like Jennifer Lawrence and stuff, all like the leaked pictures, and when celebrities get leaked pictures.
Yes.
It's like someone obviously hacked into like some of the women's football team.
I'd love to know, like females' initiations. When like boys like do initiations and all that crap. I'd love to know if females go down that route, like if they do like proper like troop like. I
doubt it.
They must do something.
Imagine if they try initiating me.
Imagine if they did like the thing. Have you ever seen it in like rugby, like the New Zealanders when they start like doing the dance at the start?
The hacker.
Yeah, the hacker. Imagine if females are in the locker room just doing like the hacker or something.
I think the New Zealand women's rugby squad do that.
I'm not surprised. Them Samoans and all them that side of the world are into that tribal kind of stuff.
They're pretty much guys anyway.
Oh yeah, I can imagine them being fucking absolute animals. But it's a shame. Like, what sport for females actually gets like just as much attention as boys? There's none, is there?
Not just as much. There's obviously popular female sports like tennis is
alright,
there. But I mean, tennis female players get paid the same as the guys.
Do they?
Yeah, there was.
So like Serena and Venus, like the Williams and Sharapova got paid like the same as Federer.
The winner of Grand Slam in women's gets paid the same amount as winners.
Oh, okay, right. But that's not including you're not including sponsors. You're just
not
including
including
the actual
sponsors.
Grand Slam.
Yeah,
price.
just the actual payouts, obviously. But even that, like, how many people watched Federer Djokovic the other day versus how many people watched Williams Halep?
That's the thing, like. You do want the equality, but it's just it wouldn't be right because there's not as much attention on the females as there is the males. That's just a fact.
And rightly so, to be honest. Like the standard of the women's tennis is not very good.
Well, you think about it. Like you think about the men's, you got what? You got the Federers, you got the Nadals, you got the Djokovic's, you got the.
But there's way more
Murrays.
depth, even outside of, even though those like 3-4.
But that's what I'm saying. People from the casual. So if you're like just a
Yeah.
casual that just watches like the Wimbledon, you just got you got your Nadal, Djokovic, blah blah blah, Murray, all that, and then the women's side, you've just got people probably know the Williams sisters. Who else do they know besides that? Sharapova, is she even still in it?
She doesn't really play anymore. She hasn't done anything in about.
That's what I mean. Like who else female wise?
There isn't. Halep, who just won Wimbledon, she's kind of semi-popular.
She isn't the black girl in the English one. Who's Halep? Which one is she? Where's she from?
She's from Belarus.
Where's she ranked?
1.
Oh, she's number 1. Like,
Yeah.
so where's Vinny?
Well, they're not ranked high at all because they only play the Grand Slams.
Oh, so they don't play the little tournaments in.
But the standard of women's tennis, it shows how bad it is, right? Williams has literally, she only plays Grand Slams. She plays like 3 or 4 competitions a year. She's just had a baby, barely plays anymore, barely trains. She's just basically had a baby, walked into Wimbledon, and she got to the final.
Right.
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, there should be way more female players that should be here.
Right, just smash it. Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just stupid. And a 15-year-old from America got to the 4th round of the female women's draw this
The
week.
15. It was. I saw that.
Coco
on the
got-
news. Yeah.
and-
she was the black girl, right?
Yeah, and she's good for her age. You shouldn't be getting to the 4th
Right,
round.
okay.
You could be the best possible 15-year-old ever. You shouldn't be getting to the 4th round of a fucking adult tournament. Like, that would never happen in the men's. It's impossible.
But I remember that was all over the news, isn't it? In the last week, I remember seeing that on the news.
Yeah, and as much as it's like, oh my god, she's amazing. It's like, yeah, she's fucking good, but the women are shit.
Right. It's just that, yeah. It's not that. I don't think it's just shit. I just feel like the standard maybe of the men's is just way better than. The
Yeah, I'm
females,
talking
right?
shit like
In
comparison.
comparison to the top.
Yeah.
Right. I feel. So what about what did you think of the final then of Federer and Djokovic?
Well, first you had Federer and Nadal, where Nadal didn't fucking show up, and Federer played really good. Because Federer was playing terrible all tournament, and Nadal was playing the best ever. And then, for some reason in that match, Nadal just didn't show up. Federer played quality. And then in the final, Federer was a way better player for the whole match. Apart from the 5th set where he gassed out, and it was more 50-50. But Federer should have won that match in 3 sets, to be honest.
Right.
Like
What was the actual score?
all the sets Djokovic won were in a tiebreak.
Oh, you just went from Nadal. You were talking about Nadal. Oh,
Yeah. So Federer beat Nadal, and he played really well. But,
Straight sets.
No. 4 sets.
Okay, right.
4 sets. But in the final, it was 7-6 Djokovic.
That's right. Yeah.
6-4 Fed, 7-6 Djokovic.
And then it was like 6-1, wasn't it, or something?
6. Yeah, no, the second set was 6-1.
Yeah.
And then the 4th set was 6-4 Fed. And then the last set went to the new rule, which was 12-all tiebreak.
Right, so didn't he win by like 15-13 or something? Was it something like that?
No, 12-all, it goes to a tiebreak.
Oh, so
No.
so it was like 14.
And then he won... he won 13-12, technically.
Right.
Because, usually in tennis, at 6-all, it goes to a tiebreak.
Yeah.
In the final set of Wimbledon, it's always been that in the 5th set, in the deciding set, you just continue playing the games until it's too clear. That's why one of the games, like 5 years ago, ended up 80-78, the longest match ever.
Oh,
in
yes,
the final
yes.
set.
Right.
But this year, to stop that from happening, at 12-all, you play the tiebreak.
That's the thing about tennis. It can go on for so long.
Only the Grand Slams, though, because normally a match is first 2 sets. In the men's at a Grand... Grand Slams, but first to 3 sets.
Right. Okay.
Which is why you can end up getting those 5-set like things that go on forever.
Madness, isn't it? I remember the first Wimbledon final I watched was when Federer beat Roddick.
That was like
that was kind of similar situation, right?
But Federer won that one.
Yeah, that was. I think that was 2000. I want to say 2008ish. Because I remember.
That was 2000.
Because I wanted Murray to win that year, obviously, and he lost to Roddick in the semis.
That was
I remember
09.
Murray done really well, but Roddick was his serves.
Roddick was on it.
Yeah, he was. I remember him serving was just like people just weren't like were just even if they returned it, Roddick was just
in control of the point. That was the best year Roddick's ever played, and that was like a year before he retired, and he knew that was his last ever shot at Wimbledon, and he couldn't have played better. And even against Federer admits Roddick was the better player. It was kind of like the opposite of what happened the other day. Roddick was a better player than Federer that day, but Federer ended up winning it, and I think it was 14-12 in the 5th set. And this time, Federer was the better player. Djokovic won it in the tiebreak at 12-all. Like, those matches are just so tense when I watch it.
It's mad because I remember last time I heard about Djokovic. I remember when was he going on that tantrum? Was it last year at Wimbledon when he was like he was going like he was getting angry at people?
He won Wimbledon last year.
Oh, did he? What was he? What was the?
He went on a. It was after Wimbledon last year.
They went on like a down streak.
Well, it was before Wimbledon last year as well. He's had a few like down streaks. Before Wimbledon last year, he was like really off of it. He hadn't won anything in ages.
But I remember a Grand Slam where he was getting really frustrated in the game. I don't even remember what game it was. I don't remember what Grand Slam it was. But he was getting frustrated with everything. He was just like, I can't remember like what one it was. But
he went on a big slump for about a year where he just couldn't win a match basically, and he was getting super annoyed. But yeah, he's back to his best, really.
Federer's still the GOAT to me, though. He's so.
But yeah, because you got to consider with a match like that, Federer's 38,
right,
like in a few weeks.
Right. Okay. So what's the prime years in tennis? Because
historically, the prime years have been from about 27 to about 31, and then no one would ever really after 31, people would always go on a downslope. But Nadal, Djokovic, Federer have literally just completely changed that.
How old's Djokovic?
Djokovic is 32.
How's Nadal?
33, maybe 34.
Right, okay. Yeah, but he grew fast, young, didn't he, Nadal?
Yeah. Well, they've been around for so long. Like especially Nadal, Federer. They were literally from 18. They were.
Well, them two have always been the two names in tennis that have just kind of carried the sport.
Djokovic went into his own a bit later on. It was more like 22 that he started being.
Well, I didn't hear about Djokovic until maybe 10 years ago, maybe 9 years ago, I'd say.
Yeah, he came in a bit later, but
because when I first started watching tennis, like that Wimbledon I watched, all I knew was Nadal, Federer, Murray, Roddick, and Tsonga. Is it Tsonga?
Wawrinka?
No, I didn't. Tsonga was the only one because he was the French dude.
Tsonga was quite a big name. Yeah. Oh, he still plays. But, do you know who Kyrgios is now?
I've heard of him.
You're like watching Kyrgios. He's like the bad boy of tennis. Like there's no one ever liked Kyrgios.
Right.
Like he will. You know, tennis is very sportsman like it's all to the rules.
Yeah, it's gentleman. Sport.
Very gentleman sport. Kyrgios is like the complete opposite.
Wow, what's he do? Kyrgios
will have arguments with people in the crowd.
Right.
He'll swear at the umpire and call him a cunt.
Really?
Oh, if he's losing say he's 30-love down in a game.
Right.
He'll just literally walk to the other side. Say I'm serving.
Yeah.
I'll serve. He won't even try returning it. Just straight to the other side. Serve straight to the other side.
I've heard the name. I've definitely heard the name.
He's so talented and is young. He could be a Grand Slam champion, but he literally just doesn't give a fuck.
I'll have to watch him when I get a chance.
He draws a big crowd because
of his
antics.
Personality, right?
But
is he actually like that in real life?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's Australian. He's a bit of a. He's very There's two people like that on the tour, and that's Tomic and Kyrgios, and they're both young Australian kids.
Kyrgios doesn't sound like an Australian name though.
Nick Kyrgios. It's because he's
Ukrainian or something.
No, he's part either Greek or Cypriot.
Something from. European.
You wouldn't look at him and think he's Australian.
Right.
He looks like Greek.
Okay.
But he does like underarm serves. In the last year, he's made it famous, and other fucking tennis players
That
are
sounds
doing
like
it now.
Miran.
Other players are doing it now on tour. He's like actually made it a shot.
Really?
Like,
well, it's kind of a little bit of like a trick shot.
like
right?
he played Nadal Wimbledon this year and aced it with an underarm serve.
It's kind of like a trick though, right?
Yeah,
Because
it's
everyone's
usually
just
a
going to
trick.
expect you to overhand it, where
Yeah, because Nadal was standing super far back,
and if you do it tap,
and then Kyrgios will like line it up, and then he'll just go like that. And he's obviously worked on it, so it literally drops really short over the net, and you basically like a drop shot.
is it like a spin on it?
Yeah, like a little slice and really low.
Oh, that's dumb.
But when he first did it, everyone was like booing because it's always been looked on as like a
Yeah, but no one is ever going to cheer for that when someone first does that, because that is just not.
even when he did it against Nadal this year though, against like a fan favourite, like Nadal, people were booing him bad.
Yeah, but that's just because it's a Nadal, I think.
Yeah,
as well.
he was like going into the Nadal match against him was they had massive beef, like they've been talking at each other in the media, like kind of
Was
like a
it really?
UFC.
Right.
The first time ever in tennis they've been like slagging each other off in like leading up to a tennis match.
Right.
That like they literally hate each
This
other.
happened this year?
Yeah.
What round was this?
Second round.
Wow, they fought each other early then.
Yeah, and Kyrgios, like it was 4 sets, but the 2 sets that Nadal like won were 7-6, 7-6. Do you know what I mean? Like it was super close. But it was fucking funny to watch it. It was like tension, like kind of like a fight. It was weird, proper strange. And Kyrgios was having a go at Nadal, saying he was taking too long in between points and stuff. Like,
That's
going mad at the
funny.
referee. So weird. It's quite good though to have someone different, isn't it? Like,
Oh, I think some sports kind of need that kind of personality to up that sport.
yeah,
Like McGregor's obviously upped MMA
Yeah.
massively. Mayweather upped boxing
Yeah.
massively. Like you need them kind of personalities in different kind of sports. Like look at Ibra for football.
yeah.
He's kind of like that kind of personality where he's just very outlandish, confident, just doesn't give a fuck.
You got to toe the line in tennis though, because like he toes the line really well between that sort of bad boy, but yet he still makes it.
Conducts
acceptable.
himself.
Yeah. Like you can't literally lose a point and be like, "You can't." Oh, come on.
That's the thing. Like someone like Ibrahimovic can't really do that because he plays in a team.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. Like you can't with tennis and like with combat sports, you're a single person. But in football and rugby, it's hard to do that.
But in fighting sports, you have press conferences and stuff like all the
Right.
time. So it's
Build
different.
up. Yeah.
You don't do that in other sports.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult. Like you'll never get like what are like the little minor sports that you like. I'm trying to think of like little sports.
Cricket.
Like lacrosse or something. That's something random. Like you're just never gonna get them higher unless you need like outlandish people sometimes.
Yeah. Did you hear about that mad cricket match that whilst the tennis was going on?
I remember Andrew writing something about the cricket in the chat, but that's about it.
I just
Did
wrote-
England win? England
won the World Cup.
What?
It's
I
so
didn't know
fun-
the World fucking Cup
It's
was
so
won.
funny though because we won the World Cup and how the match went is like the first time it's basically ever happened.
And like by difference, or was a point difference?
Yeah, because the tennis was going on. Like that was basically, in my eyes, that was like an opportunity for cricket to kind of like come out its shell of it.
Okay.
But obviously everyone's watching the tennis and no one even knows what the fuck happened.
Right.
Like basically, you know, in cricket, you have like all your players will go out and you've scored like 350 runs.
Okay.
Basically, at the end of the match, I think you called it a cricket match. Both teams, England, when we were playing New Zealand, we both had the exact same amount of runs. So I think it was like 351 we both went out on. And so it went to a super over.
Okay.
So basically each team had batted and bowled for like 7 balls.
Okay.
And then whoever got the most runs won.
So they had so they had one person.
So like England batted first.
Okay.
And we'd get 7 balls.
Right.
And we had to get the most amount of runs, and then we switched and we bowled against them for 7 balls, and whoever got the most amount of runs
Won.
won.
And we won it. By how many runs though?
I think we got. No, we both got, and it was the same amount of points. They both got 15.
Okay, so
they
when-
both got 15, but I think we won because it was a draw again. We both got 15. It went down to who had the most like amount of 4s or 6s. You know, if you like hit it straight out, you get 6.
Right.
If you hit it out, but it's like
Yeah, if
bounced
it
across the
rolled,
floor,
bounces across, it's a 4.
And I
then it
think
goes
we
over
got more
6.
of them, so we ended up winning. But it was actually a draw. Like the whole thing was a draw overall, but we obviously won by that.
That
kind of
sounds like a
difference.
massive clusterfuck and a half, innit?
But super over, like, I'd watch fucking cricket if it was like only super overs. Do you know what I mean? If only there was 7 balls.
Cricket just don't interest me.
But there's like 1,000 balls, mate. I'm not watching it.
It just kind of put me to sleep. To be honest, it's just not.
It's so slow. It's kind of like golf. It's just so slow.
See, to me, I know golf's a sport. To me, it fucking isn't. It's not a sport. Like, I get the competitiveness in it, but to me, you're hitting a ball. I get there's different positions, like you have different techniques and all that. But to me, you're not even fucking doing anything. You're just swinging a ball. Like.
Nah, it is a sport.
No, it is a.
It's a skill-based.
I get
skill-based sport.
Right, I get it's a skill, but in my head, I'm like, to me, it's not a sport. Like, I just don't see it as a sport. But I know it is a sport. If that makes sense.
But would you say that about all skill-based sports? Like only skill-based?
I don't know. Just every time,
is snooker a sport?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. To me that like, I get their sports and why they're sports, but I don't know. I just. Don't.
But is there a skill-based sport that you do count as a sport? Like snooker?
Yeah, I count. I count all of them as sports, but I just I wish they, because to me they're really not. I don't know what it is. I just don't.
Yeah, because it's not physical.
It's probably why. I think in my head every time I think like a sport's physical, but it's not. Like,
well, it's just different type. It's just physical sport and then a skill.
Because you have like things like darts and pool and snooker, and you have like table tennis and all that and that kind of stuff.
Sport to me is just anything competitive, basically.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it, but I'm just like, because I know someone like that loves golf and he talks about it all the time. I'm like, it's fucking shit. Like, just stop talking about it.
Yeah.
I get it, but
golf's one of those things though. Like, it's not as much as tennis, but it's kind of like when you watch tennis and then people go and play tennis, and tennis looks so easy on the telly. Like, I went and played tennis with Laura, and Laura hadn't played tennis since like school, and obviously she's fucking shit and can't even get the ball over the net.
Right.
But it's so easy to watch it and be like, oh, I can kind of do that.
Right.
And it's literally.
No, I agree.
And golf's kind of like, but golf's less so like that. Like, some people, you don't need to play as long to actually be able to hit like a ball fairly far in a straight line.
That's why a lot of people fucking do it.
And that's why a lot of people do it, because you can get good at it. Like, not fucking pro level, but you can be good enough to play like a decent round of golf after like a year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like when they talk about handicaps and all that, and I'm like, what?
My family's a golf-based family. Like, my brother was a handicapper 0. He probably could have got like professional.
So 0 is so the handicap means like you don't need extra shots in it or something like that.
Basically, if you go around a golf course, there'll be like, so, you know, like Chelmsford Lakes golf course from back home.
Yeah.
The par for that will be like 56, which means that, you know, each hole has a par, so like par 3, you should get the ball in the hole within 3, and then the total for the course will be like 58 or something. Okay. So you, on paper, like, you should go around 58 shots.
Okay, yeah.
But if you're if you've got a handicap of 2, then you should go around in 58 plus 2, so 60 shots.
But who decides this? Who decides the handicap? Like,
well, you start on like, I think you start on 30 maybe,
okay.
And then once you do well in the competitions, then you go up to like 28, 25, 20, 15.
Right. So,
and
your brother plays a lot of competitions then, or did?
Not anymore. He was the captain of his uni team, and he was thinking of like trying to make it professional, but he didn't go that far in the end.
I find it too boring. That's another example of someone being out like Tiger Woods. Look at Tiger Woods. He's the only person I know in golf. Like, who the fuck he won a fucking tournament, didn't he? Like, recently.
He won the big one, yeah. Like, the Masters of the Open.
Well, I watched a video of him. I'm guessing you watched that video of him where like people were just dissing him off and shit, and he's just watching it.
Yeah.
And he's just watching it, just smiling and shit, just like, yeah. And then like a week after, he fucking won it.
Yeah.
He's a joke, man.
It is weird. But the only thing is, the thing why I count like golf as a sport is there is actually quite a lot of training that goes into it.
No. So I think it means I get they're all sports. I just don't. To me, like, I don't know. I just don't see them as sports.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's easy to look at golf and think like they don't need to do any gym work, but they literally do. They do as much gym work as like
I would imagine like in golf, you need like good kind of flexibility a bit, like in the hips and everything, and your arms.
Well, it's still you need the power. Like, you need to train your body in the gym to go through this range of motion as efficiently as possible.
Well, that would be a lot of like plyometrics and rope work, right?
It's a lot of like hip flexibility and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people.
You know, like do the cables.
Yeah.
I a lot of resistance training that would involve as well.
The main thing with golf is it's just like watching it is the concentration. Like you've got to literally stay concentrated for like 5 hours going around a course. Like, and you're only hitting a ball for 0.1% of that.
That's like you hit a ball and then like they don't hit another ball for like an hour. It's like I'm just kind of done. It don't really interest me. I don't know. But I get that they're all sports. It's just I just don't think I'd play them. They're just not my thing. Like I've done mini golf. Mini golf's cool, but actual golf, count me out.
Well, like I said, my family was golf family, but I even from a young age, I was like, fuck that. That's why I'm the only one that didn't play it in my family and did tennis.
I remember after I watched that Roddick and Federer final in 2008. I remember going to play tennis for fucking weeks and weeks and months and for ages. I remember I was just on a craze for tennis.
Well, even though they're completely fucking different sports, I think one of the reasons I like tennis and MMA is because they're a combination. Like, it's not just strength, just speed. Like, in MMA, you need a combination of skill, strength, explosiveness. Like, tennis, you need a lot of athletic ability in a lot of areas as well. You need to be agile, fast, and obviously it's massively skill-based as well. You need endurance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it incorporates a lot of stuff, whereas a lot of sports are only like focusing on one factor.
Yeah. Yeah. They're too amazing. Tennis, I've always liked tennis. Like tennis, it's a fun sport, and especially when you watch it as well. Like I find it so fun to watch, cause especially them higher level tennis players. Like you could just see straight away, like that they've put years and years and years into this.
They're so ridiculous as well, and I think most people now actually appreciate just like how fucking good of like athletes they are. Like Nadal, Federer, Djokovic are just. They're not going to come around again.
Well, I think everyone recognises that Nadal, Federer are just two of the best athletes ever lived. Like,
Djokovic, mate, is there though? Djokovic.
No, but I mean, like, if you know, but obviously we know that. But I'm talking about casual people. That they just know Nadal. I guess a lot of them do know Djokovic, but Nadal and Federer are the main two that like everyone kind of knows.
Yeah, but the only problem is when you in a sport, like when you get people that dominate, because they've literally dominated it for like 15 years, all those guys.
Right.
And now the young guys coming up, like literally still can't even beat them, even though those guys are like fucking in their mid-30s.
Yeah.
And people are like, tennis isn't as good anymore. It's like, well, these guys are fucking unbelievably good. You just don't realise how good those three were.
Them young guys are just waiting for Federer and Nadal to drop dead so they could just fucking like rise up.
It's kind of like if you had 3 Floyd Mayweathers and then the people coming up have got to be like Floyd Mayweathers, or you're just like, they're not that good, are they? Do you know what I mean?
I tell you what makes me crease, I'm not even gonna lie, fucking the noises some tennis players make when they hit the ball. Oh mate, it's literally like they're fucking just coming, like just spilling everywhere, mate.
It is actually hard to not make a noise though playing tennis. Like when you're an actual tennis player putting in like maximum effort into your shots, it's actually quite hard.
What kind of noise do you make? Do you make?
I only really make a noise on my serve. Like I'm like, do you know what I mean? Not that loud, but I like build it up. I'm like,
fucking hell! Someone better check on you. You sound like you're gonna die, boy.
Yeah, it's like I'd have to actually do a serve to do it. But
does Miro make it? You know what? I haven't played with Miro in so long. I don't even remember if he makes a noise. I can imagine him doing it. Just like that.
You don't need to make a noise if you're like. He probably does. If you're like a casual player, you don't need to make a noise.
Yeah, right. But if you're someone that like uses a lot of power and uses all their might,
when you're like twisting your body, because it's like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's hard to.
It's like if you're on a punch bag and you're like hitting it as hard as you can, you're like. Like that. Like, it's you're exerting energy.
Yeah, but saying that you need to make a noise, obviously tennis, like the female, like Sharapova, that obviously you don't need to do. Like they put on, that just becomes habit. Like that massive.
That overselling.
That's just pure habit and whatever the fuck they do that.
Do you reckon like when the girls are playing right and their other half are just like watching them, when they make that noise, do you reckon they just get proper turned on?
Yeah. It's like Sharapova versus Serena Williams, because Serena Williams grunts fuckloads as well.
Right, okay.
Like those two playing each other back in the day, it was just a nightmare. Because it was literally like,
right. It actually, do you know what? It actually sounds just like that as well, to be fair. That was really good.
And Sharapova's the worst though, because she like prolongs it. Like she'll pretty much be still grunting when the other person's hitting a fucking shot.
Right. I remember the most iconic one I remember was Nadal. When I used to watch him like years ago. He used to be like like just proper like a grunt. Like
Federer's like doesn't make a noise. Oh, he kind of
he's such
does
a gangster, man.
But Federer is pretty much is silent throughout the whole match. His jokes, he's so good to watch.
Yeah, he's dope. What have you been up to then recently? Anything much?
I was just at home, saw everyone at home, went to Wimbledon, went to like this, went on like a hike, kind of, basically, in Kent. It's like Down, do you know where Down is?
No.
It's like if you got to go all the way through Biggin Hill, like that direction, and way
like,
past it. Kind of like
Keston.
Kind of way past Keston. No, that direction, but way past it.
Okay, right.
Like through all the country roads.
Oh, are you talking about like Western Way?
Yeah, you know, like to get to Keston, you sort of kind of start going in those country like little lanes.
Yes.
Basically, just follow that for fucking ages, and you end up where we were, proper countryside.
Yeah, because I know, because my sister goes to school like I think like near Western Way, like there's literally all country roads and shit. Like it's just in the middle of nowhere.
It's a fucking nightmare to drive.
Right.
Oh my! Like those country lanes actually make me want to have a heart attack. Like they're so thin.
Right. Yeah.
And or a lot of the time, like the lane is both ways, but it's pretty much.
Yeah, they're just thin both ways, aren't they?
Oh, it's pretty much just the size of one lane.
Right.
And so if you meet a car head on, like you're pretty much fucked.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I cycled them roads on the way to Manchester, like all them small like there's a few small roads.
It's dangerous, man. It's actually dangerous.
It definitely can be. The funny thing is when you're holding up the road when you're cycling, it's
and you know you are as well.
I'll tell you what, it happened today. I was on the way to work and I go, do you know Queen's Drive? Do you know that road? So it starts at like Old Swan and goes all the way to Bootle. Literally, I was like on the left and I was cycling like at a decent pace. And the bus was just like right behind me. I tailed up the whole time, innit? It was fucking. I was just looking back, just fucking pissing myself, thinking this car should just go in front of me. Yeah. They just weren't.
Some cars aren't confident though; they need like loads of space, don't they?
I always cycle like on the yellow line though, always like just so that they can get past. They don't have to fucking complain. Because every car person just complains about bikes, and it's just like, all right, I'll go to the fucking right on the edge, so you can actually fucking get past, like.
But I always just think when there's like no gap, I can always, every time I just think in my head, I can just imagine my dad always saying, "You can fit a tank through there." He says it every fucking time. I like going down those country lanes when my dad's driving. I literally shut my eyes and I just hope I don't die.
Really?
He goes down them at like motorway pace, like round the corners, and I'm literally like, "Dad, there could be a fucking person there. You don't know who the fuck's there."
Right.
And he's always just like, "Oh, I'd be able to see their lights." Like round the corner, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, they might not even have their lights on.
No, I tell you the worst road. When I used to play for Petswood in football, you know where? So you have, okay. So where is it? It's literally before Ravenswood, I think. There's like a road before Ravenswood. You know Hayes Football Club.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So we used to go there to play matches on Sundays.
Yeah.
Or like Thursday night, we used to train, and we used to turn on that road. And at night, them roads are fucking sharp, and they're tiny, like you just said. They used to shit me up so fucking much. Yeah. It's actually a joke, man.
That's like one of the roads that I've been down with my dad. Like, he will just fucking fly around there. It's so dangerous. Because I always just think, he's always like, "Oh, it's fine." But I'm like, well, it's probably going to be alright. But if a car does what you're doing coming the other way...
You're fucked.
You're just banking on a car going at normal speed the other way, so you'll be able to stop. If a fucking car comes around at your pace, you're fucked. So how about, let's not do that? Do you know what I mean?
I know.
You'll literally die as well, pretty much. Like, you're going to get to the other end of the road about 30 seconds quicker than if you just went at a normal speed. Is it worth dying? No.
No, it definitely isn't.
Like, I just don't get it. I really don't get it.
Some people just like going. Does your dad like going at them fast speeds, or is he just one?
Yeah, he likes cars.
He's into that. Yeah. Some people, but like I was waiting for the apartment viewing yesterday, and me and Lauren were just chilling, and like there was like a Merc or a BMW, and it had them like loud like exhausts or whatever. You know, they go like that on a fucking Merc, and and I was just like, this is like, some people that are into cars just want a shitty car and just get their everything topped up. And I'm like, that is so fucking dead.
I've never been into cars at all.
I couldn't even tell you different logo.
I
know a few. I know like BMW. I know Mercedes. But if you told me what the fuck is this, and this, like I'll be like,
yeah, I might know the logos like Ford and stuff. Like the actual models of the cars, I wouldn't have a clue. Like, apart from the very basic ones like Ford Focus or something.
Right. Okay.
But I just don't even give a fuck.
No, neither do I.
Look at, if I had loads of money, right? If I like won money, I literally, the last thing I spend money on is a car, and that's probably the first thing that a lot of people spend money on.
No, like a lot of people would just be like, yeah, let's get Lamborghini. Or I'm like, I'll stick with Rufus.
I genuinely don't give a fuck. Like if my car is, like, as long as it's fucking working. I don't want some little piece.
My theory has always been, as long as a car can get you from destination A to B, it don't even matter.
Yeah, like
it don't fucking matter. Like I remember someone at college had like a car like from Betweeners where he had like, but it wasn't even like a yellow one. It was a lime green car. It was fucking hilarious. And it was such. He had a lime green one, and then he had like a proper turquoisey blue of the same car in it.
Why do you have two cars?
He just had them, like, I think his family had like the same, they just were into them kind of cars. It was like a proper, like, old school kind of car, innit? Like, and it was fucking hilarious, like. And he was like 6'4", so he would like get in, like, just duck in and shit. He used to love it. It was fucking funny.
I just remember like Charlie Smith at our school had a tiny little mini car. You know Charlie Smith? Rugby team.
Yeah.
He had like one of those tiny minis, so, you know, like the smallest minis you can get, like the old school ones, like back in the day, and literally like the head thing's like here.
Right. Oh, like the squashy cars, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's just like, I don't even. It's like 4-seater, but you wouldn't think so. It looks like a 2-seater.
Yeah, like some people just like save up for like how many thousands for a car, and I don't know why they obviously they have their reasons, like they love cars and shit, but I'm just like. Most of the reason they get the car is just to show it off.
Yeah, because let's be honest, right? Someone buys a good car. This car goes way fast. It's got like 0 to 60 in this amount of time. It's like, you're not on a track, mate. Like, you're literally going down the same roads as me.
Right, yeah.
There's only so much faster you can go.
Too many Fast and Furious films have been made.
Like, pretty much. If you live in a city, you're in traffic.
Yeah.
So does it matter at all if your car goes a bit faster? No, you're in the same traffic as me.
No, I actually don't. I don't get the car craze. This has not been my thing, to be honest.
I get that some cars are more like comfy and spacious. Like my dad, even my dad's like even a car like fanatic, and he still spent 50. He was with his last car for 15 years, even though he wanted a Jaguar the whole time, and he finally just bought one. And like when I'm in it, I can see why he likes it, because it's not because he doesn't get it because it looks sick. He like literally likes the inside of it, like how comfy it is, and like enjoying how like smooth everything.
That's the one thing I think that like I can see why people get it, because there's like a girl like ages ago. We done the clothes together, and she dropped me off at the bus stop. And I tell you what, it was like a big car, like I don't know, like a Jeep or whatever.
Yeah.
Mate, this car inside it, I don't know what it was, like a spaceship. It was literally like a spaceship.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was sitting there like that. I didn't even want to like put my arms like on that. I was just sitting up like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just like, I don't know, like. It's weird, man.
My brother bought a biggish car because he just had like 2 kids, so he bought a bigger one, and in the back of both his seats, he's got those TVs in it.
Oh, like on the head.
For the kids to just watch the TV on the back.
Quality.
And you can put
you can play games though, right? Yeah, right. But where would you even put the console?
You can put the console in the middle.
Oh, that makes sense. So if you have it like up. So if you had it like that.
You put like the screens in the TV, and then the wires are going like through the seat, so you can't see.
And what car's that?
It's some type of BMW. I don't know.
Like a new one, or
I don't know.
That's another thing as well. That's the only other thing I know about cars when they're made. Like they have the plates or whatever. Like when it's like I don't know 9 or whatever. I don't know. Fuck. They're just That's the only thing I know about cars. Other than that, I couldn't give a fuck. Like I remember in primary school, like everyone used to just talk about them, and I used to be there like football, football, like I don't know, Lord of the Rings, like whatever. But fucking cars, like
I tell you what, Carson's car is pretty. Obviously, I wouldn't fucking buy it, but Carson's nan bought him a car. Right, it's worth like 30 grand. Got it for his birthday.
30 grand,
Rich.
mate.
Rich.
See, when I hear that, I'm like, that sounds like a fucking nice flat or a holiday.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. But his car is quite cool because he can drive into a car parking space, like a car park, right?
Okay.
He'll just drive into it and he just put it on automatic mode,
Right.
and it will. There's cameras all around the outside of it,
Right.
and you literally can just sit back, and it will find you. It will automatically find you a car parking space and drive into it.
Shut the fuck up. What do you mean? So like, what? You drive it, but they
No, you don't drive it.
they drive it like it drives
Yeah.
on its own. Shut up. When did you get this?
Oh, he's had it for like a couple of years now. It's like brand new.
See, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, imagine like the latest update, like the most AI car there is right now, right? You couldn't even imagine what it fucking does. Like, I'm still waiting for the flying car. I'm still waiting for them, you know.
It won't happen.
Well, I remember my mum saying like years ago when I was a kid, she was like, she thought that like when she watched Back to the Future that them cars would be when that was. So that they done that 2015. So she thought by 2015 they would have flying cars. No. But obviously they got the.
You could have a flying car, but it's all obviously like the legality and the regulation.
Yeah,
like,
because what would you
it's
fucking,
not like actually making a car that can fly. We can obviously do that,
but it wouldn't fly though, right? Would it just hover? It wouldn't be like
it'd be more of a hover. But obviously there needs to be like there would still need to be basically roads in the sky.
Yeah, but how would you make roads in the sky?
Well, it would all be automatic. It would all be automatic, like basically like how the planes work now. Planes are basically all AI now. Like they follow a set line.
Right, okay.
They follow a GPS line.
Yeah, right.
That's how a flying car would work.
Okay, yeah.
You wouldn't literally be in the sky like directing it around. That wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
It would be
okay.
more of like a drone. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think the only time the pilots fly their plane, if I'm not mistaken, is when they hit a bit of weather in it,
Yeah.
and then like they would like
Yeah.
turn it a bit and stuff. That's about it, I think.
Yeah. Like pretty much planes now, even though there's a pilot there, it just goes automatically. Like takeoff, landing is all automatic because it's all GPS.
Right.
Do you know
Do you remember when they had the Concorde and they stopped the Concorde? Do you remember? It was like the fastest plane, right? Do you remember that?
I know the Concorde, yeah.
Yeah, it was a plane that they used to make, and it was like the fastest plane, if I'm not mistaken. And they stopped making them. Do you remember? I remember the last flight was when I was in primary school, I believe. Like
I
secondary
didn't know they
school.
stopped making them.
Yeah, I might be fucking way off on that, but I remember they stopped making them. But they were like the fastest planes, weren't they? The Concorde.
I know they were fast.
Planes are just fucked.
But yeah, that's the new thing now. Sensors on cars. Like his
Oh,
car
right.
as well, and a lot of other cars. You can be on the motorway, and it just automatic. You can literally choose to not drive it, like yourself, because the car will sense the cars in front of you, to the side of you, and behind you, and so it will literally just
Right.
always stay a certain distance away from the car in front and behind.
Right. So do you know what it is? It seems kind of pointless now that like if you're like doing your driving lessons and stuff, and you're doing your driving test, there's no point in doing a manual now, really, is there?
No.
Because it's all
A
going
lot
to be
of-
automatic now.
A lot,
Isn't
all cars are going towards automatic.
it?
For
Yeah.
sure. Manual will be more of like the what do you call it?
Old school.
Like
kind
the
of.
retro. Like they'll become like collectible. I think.
Right. Okay.
Like PS2 games and like having a PS2 like becomes a collectible because they're not made anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So it will be the same thing with like manual cars because all other countries are fucking automatic. Basically, we're like the only country that has like manual cars.
Oh really?
Oh, American cars
Oh.
all automatic. Australia cars all automatic. When I was out in Australia, I drove automatic. Like you can't even get manual cars.
Wow.
And Europe's mainly automatic, but there are a few other places with manual. We're
Wow.
weird here. Like it's strange that we're manual.
Wonder why we've kept manual then.
Just like tradition, I guess.
English people are always kind of traditional.
But it's
now.
definitely going more automatic for sure. Like my
I
dad's Jaguar is automatic.
I just don't think you can stop that kind of thing though. You just can't. Like it's just people. The humans are just getting lazier and lazier as years are going on.
And it's less crashes with
Right.
automatic cars.
Yeah.
It's way easier to drive.
Yeah. Like you look. There's no more like. Like turning to electrical cars now. It's no longer like.
Mm.
you got your normal run of the mill. You actually got electric cars. You got electric fucking pumps and like charge them up and shit. It's mad. You can just charge
Teslas, yeah, those Tesla pumps. Oh, not pumps. Tesla like charging points.
Well, you can have one at home now, can't you? Like
they have them at home as well. But even in like Blue Water Shopping Centre and stuff, they have like you can go into the shopping centre and park your car in the charging point.
Right.
Like they have select car parking spaces with a charging point, so whilst you're shopping, you plug it in. So that's what will happen in like 10 years' time in like Bromley Shopping Centre. They might even have them already, but they'll have charging points on the car parking places.
Yeah.
So you just plug your car in whilst you're out doing whatever you're doing.
Right. It's a funny fact. In America, do you know New Jersey is the only state where people actually there's a job where people actually do your petrol for you. I literally, because my uncle lives in New Jersey, and every time I went to the petrol station, there was just someone doing it for you.
Or you just tell them how much you want.
You tell them how much you want, and they do it for you. And they put they
pointless job.
I know, it's so ridiculous, isn't it? Like, but it's mad. America just so like you have like. Do you know what blew my mind when I went over there like years ago? Is they have a drive-through bank, innit?
Say again?
They have a drive-through bank in.
Really?
Yeah.
That's such a sick idea.
Mate, they have a like you literally drive through. You go to the thing and they give their card and you just tell how much you want and you just give you the money, and I'm like, this is fucking insane. Like,
that's really sick.
What, drive-through bank?
Yeah. There's a drive-through Greggs that's just opened.
I think I've seen. Is that in Manchester?
I don't know where it was. I just saw it on Facebook.
I saw that on Facebook the other day. That's fucking hilarious. Sausage rolls and Greggs are just so nuts. I haven't had one in a while though, to be fair. Fucking Lauren's friend Yannicka gets some like discounts, innit? Because she works at Greggs.
They're only £1 anyway. What fucking discounts you get?
I think she gets some like she gets like a few for free or whatever. Like, that's a joke.
Right then, what's this news? Let's get on to the news, mate.
Should we get to the fight talk, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Right. Let's fucking. Well, we haven't done the podcast in a while, so there's always like so much fucking shit we need to catch up on. So I'll try and like get through the most important thing. So I'll just start off the top. Fucking, I think this is the craziest moment. So, talk to me about Masvidal KOing Askren and his stock at the moment. What do you think of it?
It's decent, mate.
I actually think that knockout made him a quote unquote in our MMA circle a star.
I'd say it's probably.
He's like, so you have like McGregor, and then you have like Khabib, and then you have like all them, and then he's just underneath them.
I'd say like active fighters, he's after, like I wouldn't even count McGregor as active fighter. I'd say Khabib is probably number one still.
Him or Jones or DC.
You potentially have Diaz.
He's been too quiet. He'd be a little bit below. He'd probably be on like the Masvidal scale.
But I'd say if you had a pay-per-view now, Masvidal could even sell more than like John Jones.
I tell you why. Because these last few months have been mad for him. He KO'd Darren Till, who's a star, I would say.
When they fought, he was anyway as well.
So he knocked him out cold in London. Then he had that fucking backstage brawl with Leon Edwards, the 3-piece and the soda bollocks.
Yeah.
And then now he just KO'd like the record-breaking time, an undefeated wrestler that everyone, like the people were just hating on, and that he was just like giving it to everyone. He just cleaned him out, and 2 people that the UFC were backing to get them big events and big money in, and he fucking knocked them both out.
Yeah.
It's funny, well deserved though. He's fucking fought so long, man. Like, his longevity in the sport is actually a bit of a joke. He's had almost 50 fights, you know.
Yeah.
Fully deserved, mate. I think his stock has never been higher.
And Khabib hasn't fought since McGregor. Oh no, since
McGregor, yeah.
Fuck, it was McGregor.
Yeah.
Which was a year and a half ago.
October, it was.
Oh, a year ago.
Yeah. Okay.
And Jones' last fight, it's like Jones, although he's still winning, he'll continually sell less and less. I think if his fights are going how they are, like
no, he'll continue to sell less and less if he doesn't take the fights that people want him to see. If the fights that people want to see, because they're not wanting to see the Thiago Santos. I don't mind seeing that because he's fighting all them hungry challengers, but people want to see him fight the heavyweights and they want to fight DC and
yeah, but he's not even like he's not doing anything special against these guys. If he was fighting these guys and it was still an exciting fight and he was doing like some crazy shit, then people would still tune in. But he's fighting these guys and just going to like boring 5-round decisions, not really engaging. So like if he was to fight the next contender at 205, that's not like Cormier or whatever.
Do we know the numbers? Is there? Do you know the numbers for that pay-per-view?
That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to continually sell less anyway. I think it sold like 250 from what I remember.
Wow, that's not good.
Well, it's on ESPN.
That's the UFC. That's the biggest event of one of the biggest weeks of the year as well for the UFC.
Yeah, it's on the new ESPN thing though, isn't it?
So it would be like that's about 700 then, 750 because they have 500 in place already, I believe, because the ESPN something to do with the. I can't remember the.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like memberships and stuff.
Yeah, so they have 500 kind of like roughly already. So that would equal to about 700, 750, I'd say.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think
because if you signed up for ESPN,
right,
you still got to buy the pay-per-view separately.
Right, but I do think they count. Oh yeah, I don't know. I remember Brendan Shaw talking about it, but I don't remember what the actual logistics behind it.
I'm pretty sure what it means is like if you're signed up to ESPN, you get all those. You can watch all like the fight nights for free, right? But when it's a pay-per-view comes about, you still have to buy the pay-per-view, but it's just slightly reduced price.
Right.
Like if you're not part of ESPN at all, and then you want to buy the pay-per-view, you got to spend
like £100, right?
Well, probably like $100 or whatever. Theirs is quite expensive, isn't it?
Right.
But if you're part of ESPN and you can watch all the fight nights for free, then you got to only pay like $40 for the pay-per-view. Do you know what I mean? You get like a reduced price. Mm-hmm. So how that works out in terms of how much money they're getting, I don't know. But.
Well, the thing is, during that fight, the biggest fight on that card was the Masvidal Askren.
Yeah,
that was the biggest fight of the card, time. Just because of the build-up and the style matchup as well.
Yeah,
is what sold it, and the card banged overall. Like, but Masvidal just. He's a genius, isn't he? He actually is a bit of a genius. Like even you said the other day, like he had the game plan was just solid. Like he literally just, it was just the way he did it. He just was smiling, had his hands behind his back, walked to the right, took 2 steps to the right, and just fucking legged it. Really, it should have been like 2 or 3 second knockout.
Yeah.
The ref took longer to get to the thing than the actual knockout.
Yeah. Well, he knew that. He didn't know that he was going to knock him out by doing that, but he knew that. No matter what, if he ran at him and did a knee, that situation of Askren ducking his head was going to happen. He literally, it just had to happen.
Yeah.
So whether he landed the knee or not, like who knows? But and either way, his knee was getting close to his fucking head.
It was just a beautiful knee, and then like he went stiff. Like I've never seen anyone go stiff like that. That was really bad. Like I remember him just dropping like the way he did. It was kind of like it reminded me of like an inflatable getting popped and it just like sagged down.
Yeah,
that's literally how it like.
Just, anyone close to it's like Aljamain Sterling when he got knocked out by Morai.
Yeah, his one was kind of it went like that, but Askren's was weird. Like it was just he can't. I don't know. I can't.
Literally, just like the switch went off instantly.
Yeah, it was. Just, but props to Masvidal. 2 questions on that though. So. Masvidal said the only people he's fighting is either Usman for the belt or McGregor.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that one? What do you think? Do you think he... So, I'll tell you my opinion. My opinion is I think they're going to wait for They should go for Masvidal, but I think they're going to wait for the Colby first and Lawler. They're going to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Really, I don't think they should do that.
And I think they'll wait to see what happens with Edwards RDA. Because there's always a potential fight with Edwards
and Masvidal.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it because Masvidal's hot at the moment. You do him and Usman.
Yeah, and one, Masvidal's known for that 3-piece and a soda thing, but it's kind of irrelevant to Edwards. Like people know Masvidal for doing that.
They don't really know Edwards.
They don't really know that Edwards was the one on the other end of it.
Yeah.
And even if they do, it's kind of like Masvidal already won.
Right.
Like even though they haven't fought.
Yeah, and they're just kind of like they're pushing Edwards to the side. Like he's just the guy that got punched. But when really he's actually a really skilled fighter.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's really good.
But you don't need Masvidal to fight him. It's too risky when he's already
no.
Kind of
you don't need to. I think you could do that after Masvidal fights Usman, whether he wins the belt or doesn't. you could do that after.
Yeah, that's always a fight. Like if things don't go how they should, or if they keep both winning.
But I think Masvidal's kind of paid his dues, and I think he did. You knock out Darren Till in England, and you fucking knock out Ben Askren. You automatically get a shot. I think he's just on a hot streak.
Yeah.
Plus, like we talked about the other day, that he's one of the most sound technique guys all around in the UFC at the moment. He's just so good. Like it's hard to
very technical.
Like it's gonna be hard to beat him. Like even if Usman fought him, I would favour Usman, but that is not an easy matchup for Usman.
There's no one that can that you'd be like, oh yeah, he'd easily beat Masvidal.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's because it's too well rounded. Masvidal's going to have a shot against anyone.
And we were saying the other day, like he's kind of come into his own at 170. Like his body, you can tell that he's filled the 170 limit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he's very comfortable there. So yeah, props to Masvidal. One thing is Askren. What do you think he does now? Like now he got fucking. So now he's got knocked out. He's obviously like all he does is kind of grapple. He tries to take you down, beat you up. Do you think he should change his game plan? Do you think he should kind of like learn a little bit of striking or something to kind of keep people like thinking a little bit instead of going to the takedown?
Yeah, he's got to have, but he I don't think he'll develop good enough stand up, and because he's already like what 36, like he hasn't got the time to do it, but he's got to just do some, like he literally doesn't even bother standing with you for 1 second.
Yeah,
he's got to be comfortable having some sort of exchange.
Yeah, I agree. I remember when we watched the Robbie fight, and they were just kind of like, obviously Robbie beat him up the first minute or whatever, and then when Askren got back up, he didn't even throw a punch. He was just kind of grabbing his hands.
Yeah,
it wasn't even kind of like just a little jab or something, just to kind of.
And when he does try and throw a punch, it's like it's in slow motion.
Oh, it's so bad. Like his striking is actually like, it's like someone starting off.
Yeah,
I've never seen.
And he trains with Woodley, like. Surely Woodley is fucking...
No, but like Woodley and Pettis, like you would think that if he's training with Pettis, he would develop some like striking, like some sort of striking, but he hasn't. I mean, I just always think he's gonna struggle with them top level guys in a mixed martial arts fight. He always is gonna.
Because whoever he fights next.
So who do you think he fights next?
I'd wait to see like who wins and loses out of like Colby, because Colby the fight's always there. Like if Colby loses, maybe.
I think he plays the loser of RDA Edwards, if I'm honest.
Yeah, like Edwards could be a decent one, or RDA, but probably more Edwards.
I could see him fighting RDA if RDA loses. I could see that fight for sure.
One of those sort of toppish guys.
Right, so we'll go through that card. So Amanda Nunes knocked out Holly Holm in the first round. I don't even need to ask you, like, she's the best female fighter of all time. She kind of is. She knocked out Ronda, Cyborg, Holm, and Misha Tate in the first round.
She is on like, it depends what you mean. Like,
okay, what do you
on
mean?
paper, she's obviously the best female fighter ever.
Right.
If she fought Cyborg 10 times, do I think Cyborg would win most of the time? Probably.
I think for me it's a flip. I think
it's at least like a flip. Like if I'm Amanda Nunes, I don't fight Cyborg again.
Right. Okay. No, I wouldn't either. You beat her in a minute. Like I wouldn't even.
Because like you say, there's a good. It's a 50-50 fight. Let's just say it's a 50-50 fight.
Okay.
You've already beat her, so people already, and you don't. No one's kind of like saying she has to fight her again. I don't feel like she's pressured.
Okay, so I'll retract the question. Who would you have her fight next then? Would you have her fight someone who's coming at 145? Would you fight 135? Who is there at the moment that you?
I think the only other fight that I would take like top fight is I'd have a fight around me.
Oh, okay, right. After the win on...
Because her versus Durandamy, like, Nunes is a favourite in that fight, and it'll be a good fight. It'll be, like, a good stand-up fight.
The only reason why I don't... She's beat her already, you know.
Yeah, a while ago.
Okay, I don't know how long... That was in Strikeforce.
Oh, that was a long time.
Yeah, so that was, like... You're talking 10, maybe 10
It'll be a completely
years.
different fight now, yeah. Like, Durandamy's way better now. They both are. Like, I wouldn't...
I just don't know if you give... I don't think you give Durandamy a shot after all the shit that
I don't think that fight will happen.
No,
I just think that that's probably the best fight.
I think the way she went about that whole featherweight belt is just she has no excuse for it. She knew what she was getting into in that fight. She knew that if she won, the Cyborg fight was waiting, and she kind of melted.
Yeah.
She melted.
The only other thing, it won't happen, but if she really wanted to go out with like a proper bang, yeah, and she could do it, I'd go down.
Oh, fight Shevchenko 125.
And go and then retire for it like 3-belt champ.
She will never make that weight. She's too big.
No,
man.
she could make that weight. No, because she definitely could make that weight.
No, man. She gets the towel up for 135.
There's enough body fat on her for her to make 125. I can guarantee.
She won't
that.
discipline herself for 125.
She won't do it, but she could do it. I wouldn't do it if I was her.
I wouldn't. Shevchenko at 125 is fucking.
Yeah, but if she's thinking like, how do I add to my like legacy? That's the only real option.
I agree. I don't. At 135, I don't even know who else is there.
I just wouldn't even fight. I just retire.
She sounds like she's made enough money. Like she's had 4 massive like fights, like Ronda, Holm, Misha, Cyborg. She probably made decent money off them fights.
Do you know what I'd genuinely do if I was her? I'd fight out my UFC contract and then just make shit ton of money going over to like one.
Like Japan or something, yeah, like Asia.
Innit?
It's fucking her and Gabby
I'd
Garcia.
just go over and
her
be a
and Gabby
star.
Garcia, innit?
Yeah, because she'd be a star over there and actually fight some new people. Like,
oh yeah, definitely. But the performance against Holly? What do you think it was kind of flawless? I thought Holly looked okay. It was not enough time. Like,
it was one of those fights that I just.
She caught her, didn't she?
Like, it was a competitive fight, and then she just caught her. It's kind of like the Cyborg one. It's like Amanda won, and she did fucking amazing, but you can't really take that much from it, apart from the fact that I didn't think Amanda Nunes could knock out Cyborg, and she obviously has the power to do that. But if the fight played out 10 times, that wouldn't happen. Like 10 times, you know what I mean?
Okay, we'll move on. Obviously, I don't think the Jones. The only thing I want to go about the Jones split decision with Thiago is obviously Thiago, I don't know if you've read, he tore like in the first round he tore like his MCL, ACL, LCL, the whole fucking CLs. Do you think it'd be more competitive in a rematch?
No.
You don't think it will? I agree, and I'll tell you why, because John always does well better in rematches.
Yeah, because John's now, he knows, like he thought going into that, and he would have game planned for Thiago to just be putting it on him, like just.
But he didn't, did he? He just kind of like took his time, which I thought was. I was mixed emotions, man, because I was like, you should just go for it. But he actually went for it at the right time. It was just Jones kind of like either took it or just got out of the way.
Yeah.
I think Thiago done really well, to be honest. Like, if he had that leg, maybe it would have been different. But I think Jones is just too calculative. Like, I think Jones rises to the occasion when there's the better caliber fighter. Like, you don't rate the Gustafsson one because you thought Gustafsson didn't do anything. Yeah. They kind of shut him down, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it for ages. Though. I just think.
Yeah, I know.
John is the best ever, but people have always talked about him.
Do you think he's the best ever?
On paper, yeah, but
okay.
In terms of people have always talked about him as if he's unbeatable, and I've always said like there is a way of beating John that is, I think, a lot easier than people think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just no one's put in the game plan that I can see beating John.
Right. Maybe it should be at the UFC Performance Institute. Maybe you should have took that.
Maybe.
Right. I won't ponder on that one. Okay, so who do you think fights next, John? Who's the next guy?
You can't say because it just depends on like Cormier and.
I think Cormier's next. I think he fights Cormier. End of the year.
Depends if John wants to go up to heavyweight. Depends if Cormier wants to go down. Like, there's too many factors.
There's too many fucking right. I'll go next thing. Rockhold. He got finished.
Shinned.
Yeah. What's your thoughts? Obviously, I'll just say that he got knocked down in the second round. He didn't look the best. Like that, when I was watching it and he had that fucking cast on his leg, I was just like, I don't like this. And he looked fucking wham as well. I didn't like the fact he was massive. I didn't like that.
Didn't surprise me at all. It was the only thing that annoyed me about that fight was it was one of my bets that I was going to put on, and I took it away last minute thinking, Rockhold, actually no. You know what? I trust Rockhold to look good at 205. But in my head, I was thinking, he's going to get chinned.
Yeah, I literally thought that. I was like, I think Blachowicz definitely could knock him out. Like,
I've always thought Blachowicz was alright, and I rewatched before I was going to put that bet on, I rewatched his fight against Manoa.
Oh, he does some really good combinations in
He's
that,
he's very experienced in there. He knows what he's doing, and he has some decent boxing that people just didn't seem to give him much credit for. And I thought that boxing, Rockhold's fucking shit.
Oh yeah, I think people do sleep on Blachowicz. Just his fundamentals. He has very firm fundamentals in the game.
Yeah, and I could just see it in my head, but for some reason I was just like, you know what? You don't know what's going to happen with Rockhold at 205. Maybe he looked better, but yeah, he needs to retire. He needs to retire.
But I think as well, that kick in the first round when the bell went, that definitely rung his bells a bit. Like that definitely did help him go into the second.
But there's literally, as harsh as it sounds, there is literally nothing for him to do anymore. Yeah, because that's all he's going to be done. All he's going to do is be fed to the young people at 205.
That was a bad knockout as well. Like that was a fucking left hook from hell. Like that was dark.
They're gonna feed him to like the fucking up and coming Brazilian.
But
guy.
he banks. The thing is, he banks on his jiu-jitsu, and you know what? His jiu-jitsu is probably one of the best in the division. But you need to get someone on the ground, and if you can't chain wrestle or get the proper technique to take someone down at that weight, you ain't gonna have open L.
And like I said on the phone to you, I think like if you haven't got good wrestling after you've been training with Cormier and Velasquez for all those years, you're not gonna fucking get it now. Right. So just fucking retire, because it's just gonna become a punching bag at this point, to be honest.
Yeah. So right, the only two other fights I wanted to talk about on the card was how good do you think Chiesa looked at one against Sanchez? Do you think he done what he needed to do? Do you think was what you expected?
I've never really rated Chiesa that much.
Okay.
He looked very good, but I can't take too much from it because I just don't think Sanchez is a great marker.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Sanchez looked good against Mickey Gall, but Mickey Gall was terrible.
Alright, but yeah, Mickey, he was, I don't...
There's just not much you can take from it against Sanchez, I don't think.
Okay, so how high is the ceiling for Chiesa at 70?
He's got a ceiling. He won't be top 5. I don't think.
I think he'll crack top 10.
People are talking about him as if he's going to fucking win the belt. I do not see that at all.
Yeah, Brendan Sharp's like, he's definitely going to be a champion 170. I'm like...
There's so many people at 170.
Yeah, like, how tall is Chiesa? He's what, 6'1", maybe?
Yeah, 6'1".
Right, so you think about 170, right? He's got what? He isn't going to... The grappling guys like Usman, Colby, he's not going to beat him.
And then like...
Well, he's not going to be... I'm saying he's not going to be the favourite. Let's say that. He's not going to be the favourite.
And then you got the strikers like
Masvidal, you got Wonder Boy, and you got not Till anymore, but I mean,
just people better than him in a lot.
Yeah,
of
like 170 to me is too deep.
Yeah,
too deep. Right, I'll skip that. And then the other person I want to talk about is Arnold Allen. So we've been fans of Arnold Allen for fucking years. Like,
well, the first time I saw him was at the UFC when we saw the UFC.
Oh no! So the first time I watched him,
you knew about him. Before.
I knew about him. One of the first UFCs I ever watched. He was fighting someone, and I just remember thinking, like, he was an English dude. It was the time he messaged me when we first started talking again, when Joanna fucking pieced up Jessica Penne.
Yeah.
It was that card Arnold Allen fought in, I think it was in Germany or something, and he was just very like defensively sound, took him down, controlled him very well, and then each fight's just gotten better and better. And this Gilbert Melendez fight, even though I know you don't really rate Gilbert Melendez on that scale, like the top 10 or whatever, but he done work, didn't he? What do you think?
I think he's got potential to be a competitive with the top guys. I even though I like him a lot, I don't think he's like a top 3 guy.
Okay.
But I do think he'll be around the top guys for a long time. I see him.
2 things I like. One, that he's young. Very young. I think he's like 24.
25, I think he is.
Okay. One thing I would like to see from him is to mix up his MMA. Like, because in the Gilbert Melendez, he was doing... Well, I don't think you're going to take down Gilbert Melendez, but he was clinching him well. What I'd like to see is maybe go strike, then into the grappling. He doesn't do that. He either does one or the other. Yeah. I'd like to see him mix it up. But I think he can get very far. It's just... When you're fighting people like Holloway and...
He's 145 though, isn't he?
Yes.
I think like...
He's big as well for that fight.
Yeah, there's a lot of 145ers that, like a top 10 that I can see him beating.
Yeah, I agree. Sure. Like him versus Ortega, like in the future could be really good. Like he has some really good matchups, and that he'll get a top 10 now, I think, after that fight.
Yeah, he will.
Right, so I'll just go quickly over the weekend just gone, the card no one fucking knew. I even rang George rang me last night, and I was like, "Do you watch the UFC?" Because I didn't think she would. She's like, "I didn't know it was fucking on."
No one knew it was on.
So I'll just go through it quickly. I need to talk to you about Aspen Ladd's weight cut. Did you see that?
Yeah.
How fucking bad was that?
Yeah, she shouldn't have been allowed to fight. And Herb Dean called the fight off so early after she got tagged as well. But I think a big part of it was because...
Yeah, I think in the back of her head it's like, right, she had a fucking bad weight cut. And
I don't know why people are complaining, like saying it was early. People are saying it was way early. Which, but in a common sense, in a normal situation, yeah, but I'm sorry, if a girl's turning up to weigh-ins like that, shaking, right, as if she's going to need to go to the fucking hospital, and then she goes out for a fight, and the first punch that hits her, she gets absolutely chinned and sent to the floor. There's just no way she should be fighting.
But then that's quite... I think what it is, I think referees should talk more about why they make the decisions they make, because you don't hear the referees actually talk about why they stopped it at this point. Like, we heard Herb talk about the Askren one, right?
Yeah.
But name another referee that talks about the decisions they make.
Yeah, no, obviously they don't.
But maybe that was in the back of his head. You can't say it wasn't, because that definitely probably.
I don't get why people are complaining. Like, if she put in like a bit of a fight beforehand as well, maybe then I'd see it if she got dropped. But literally, what was it? A minute in?
No, it's like 16 seconds.
16 seconds in, the first punch that hits her, she gets flatlined. She shouldn't be fighting in the first place. So if she can't take one punch, obviously stop the fight.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I kind of agree, but I don't think it's hard because the ref. I don't think you should put that in the back. Like, you should kind of be like, treat it as if it's like a normal fight. If you get what I mean. But it's hard to not. I know what you mean. It's hard to not involve that to get like the weight cut in your head or like certain little things in your head to stop a fight prematurely, or say for example, like, would you, like, if Diego Sanchez was getting fucked up really bad, or someone that's really tough, where you would stop it normally at a normal time, but maybe they would let it go a little bit longer because they're more tougher.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that kind of like, what's the line? Like, how do you judge it on the fight? The refs need to kind of speak out a bit more, I think.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, an inexperienced girl, she hasn't had that many fights. She clearly knows that her health is in a terrible position. Like, she doesn't walk into the weigh-ins going, oh yeah, like, I feel decent. Like, she obviously knows she's completely fucked up. I doubt she's got that many complaints.
Right.
I doubt her corner are complaining that was no stoppage. Like, they know that how fucked up she was going into that.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't. She needs to get out of that weight. She needs to be fighting a featherweight.
And I really liked her. I've always rated her under me, and no one else has.
I rate her striking. It's just I think people have a bad taste in their mouth because of the whole situation with the featherweight belt.
Yeah, like, she was an underdog in that fight, and I was like, fuck.
What, against Aspen? No, because everyone was high on Aspen Ladd and UFC.
I was like, what?
That's a bit stupid, but anyway, whatever. So, your boy, the California kid,
yeah, bro,
fucking knocked out Ricky Simone. Do you know what? I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it coming, but the only thing in that thing was because he was quite a big underdog, and I was thinking, if he turns up like how he used to be, or like close to how he used to be, I think it will be a 50-50 fight. I think it would be. I saw it being competitive.
I thought it was a really. To me, he was kind of fighting his double a little bit. Like, Ricky Simone kind of has the same kind of like style sort of as him, but he's not as aggressive.
I've never thought Ricky Simone was great. I think he's a good fighter, but
I think he's sound everywhere, to be honest. But he got fucking finished, like. And now they're talking about fucking Uriah Faber and Cejudo, mate. What do you think? What do you think of that talk?
I think if fucking Uriah Faber wants to lose a 7th title fight, then yeah, go for it. Like, there's just no way he'll win that fight. And I don't even like Cejudo that much, but of all the ways that Cejudo's just better than him in every way, to be honest. But
Cejudo's out for a while, so I don't see even that happening. Like, I think Uriah Faber has one more big fight, and that's TJ. You got to do him and TJ when TJ comes.
He's not going to wait 2 years.
That's what I mean. Like, he's got to take someone. I don't know who else.
Faber will be like 43.
How old is he now? No, he's like
41.
Is he 41? Fuck off, is he 41?
He's 41. I think.
That's mad for a bantamweight to be that old, and like, that's crazy. But good for Faber. I mean, he's funny. I like Faber.
I don't know who he fights, but whatever.
It's got to be someone that interests him.
The UFC will just put him up against someone again that they want to promote, and step over that hurdle. They won't put him up against someone that they think Faber will win.
But who is there? Like, there's no one.
Even if it's like maybe a Sterling.
No, I think they do Sterling and Peter Yan.
Marai.
Fucking hell, Uriah will not take that one. I could not see him taking
I don't
Uriah.
think so. But mate,
I think so. I think that pseudo fight could happen, you know, and I don't want it to. That's the thing. I don't want that.
It could happen. Yeah,
it definitely could happen. He's definitely got a chance of that. It's kind of like the Bisping thing.
Yeah.
Where with Henderson and shit.
Yeah.
But good for Faber. Glad he got the knockout. Hopefully he gets some big money, bro.
Maybe Conor. They always talked about that fight, didn't they? Bring that fight back. Come on, Conor versus Faber Bosch.
You'd have to do that. Fucking, you couldn't do that at 145. McGregor ain't making that.
Oh, 155 Bosch.
Fucking hell, McGregor would smoke him. He actually would.
Yeah.
He would smoke him bad. The other one I want to talk about, two other things on that card, is Juliano Pena, and Nico Montana. That was a great fight. Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Mate, that was a great fight. Nico Montana, I was texting you, right? She is fucking massive. How she made flyweight? Don't have a fucking clue, you know. Like, she's a big girl, you know. Like, she looked like a 145er in there.
Yeah.
She was massive. She was dominating Juliana Pena at the start. And then Juliana Pena got control.
Who won it?
Juliana Pena.
Yeah.
By 2 rounds to 1. I had her winning. But Montana kind of gassed a little bit, but that was Juliana Pena's first fight since she had her kid.
Yeah.
So she fought Shevchenko, lost to Shevchenko, and she's been out. Do you know she's been out? I think it's 3 years. 3 years she was out.
Yeah, that fight was fucking ages ago against
And
Shevchenko.
she came back and she looked decent, and that's a big win as well. So good for her. Plus, I think she's quite fit, to be honest. Juliana Pena.
Really?
Yeah, I'm into Juliana Pena, to be honest. I like her. Plus, I liked her style. She was just a grinder that just didn't give a fuck, mate. Like, I'm a big fan. And then Josh Emmett finishing Bektic in the first round.
Yeah, I saw that.
Are you a fan of Emmett? What's your opinion?
Yeah, I think he's quite good.
I think he's
I like both of them.
I think he's very like for someone his power and his speed is what gets him.
He's just a typical alpha male fighter, to be honest.
He is. He reminds me of Chad when he was back in the
Just
day.
a boxer wrestler. They literally are all the same.
They are kind of.
They're just all boxer wrestlers. Every one of them.
That's true, actually. I know.
Cody. They're just all the same.
Right. Who do you think he fights next, Emmett? Who would you?
Well, he's already lost to a couple of those top guys, hasn't he?
Well, he just knocked out Michael Johnson, and now he's finished Bektic in the first round. Who would you give? You'd give him a top 10. You'd have to, right?
Oh, obviously top 10. He's fought like Stevens, and he's fought the top guys already.
Yeah. Well, that's because he knocked out fucking Lamas, isn't it? That while ago.
Tell you
what.
The thing is, I don't think he'll get a big fight because I don't think he's a big.
I'll tell you what. How about Arnold Allen? Him and Arnold Allen would be like.
I could see him fighting like Calvin Kattar.
That's a good fight. I like Calvin Kattar against Lamas a while ago. He looked fucking good.
Because the UFC love Calvin Kattar. Remember they put him.
They put him on the fucking like the pay per view on like. I don't know what card it was, but above like some really big decent.
They just like him for some reason.
Right, so that was last week's card. So we'll look forward to this week's card. So I'll start from we've got fucking it's better than last week's card. Ray Borg's fine on it. Raquel Pennington's back. Alex Caceres is fighting. You got the rematch from Affliction. Arlovsky and Ben Rothwell fighting.
Yeah.
You got Alex Hernandez and Trinaldo. Who have you got in that one?
Trinaldo's gonna fuck him up. That Alex Hernandez is. I don't know why people are still fucking high on him. That Trinaldo's striking's way too good for his.
Yeah, people are high on him because of he knocked out Dariush. That was a fucking massive shot.
It was like 10 seconds. You didn't even get to see how good he was. It's just one of those.
No, you did. He was in there for a few minutes, but yeah, you didn't see his skills. You saw a bit more in the Olivia Mercer.
OAP?
No, Olivia Mercer.
OM. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Canadian dude.
OAM, I think.
The gangster Canadian with the tash and everything. He has the mat of quality.
He kind of just like clinched to him.
Yeah, he clinched it. Yeah, right. So you think Trinaldo, and then the one of the best fights, James Vick and Dan Hooker. That's a great fight, I think.
That's a good fight. James Vick.
James Vick will be a bit more calculative. Hooker is very wild.
I can see James Vick winning that easy because
I think he'll go decision.
A lot of what Dan Hooker relies on is like his height, and James Vick's way bigger. And I just think James Vick's better, actually, to be honest.
And to be honest, how much did that fucking Barboza fight take? That will take fucking ages to get like healed for that.
Yeah,
you got Greg Hardy coming back this weekend.
Yeah, fuck off.
You got the co-main is Oleanek, fucking the master of the Ezekiel choke.
Yeah.
Against Walt Harris. That's the co-main.
Walt Harris.
But the one I was talking about is the main. You know what the main is? RDA Leon Edwards is this Saturday.
Yeah.
So, thoughts? What you got?
I think they're similar, not in the way they strike, but they're similar game plans. Like they both don't mind wherever the fight kind of goes, but they both prefer it if the fight stays on the feet. But yet they will kind of mix in wrestling every now and again. They're both comfortable anywhere, but Leon's too tall, too big. I think he'll keep RDA behind a jab a bit more. I think he'll just control the fight a bit more, and I think it will be a close decision. It's 5 rounds, yeah. I can't see it being a finish, actually. Can you?
Yeah,
they've both got good gas tanks.
It'll be interesting to see. It's interesting to see Leon Edwards fight someone that's short, like because he's kind of fought everyone that's kind of his height. I'd like to see if there's a different kind of game plan into going to someone against maybe someone a little bit short, like a different body's height, maybe.
They've both got good gas tanks.
Yes, they do. They do. I'd like to see Leon's game plan in the fight. Like, I think he'll take it. I would just like to see what he does. Like, I think he'll just stay on the outside. I think maybe it'll be interesting to see if it goes to the ground because Leon surprised me against Gunnar a lot. So to me, if RDA tries to take him down, I think Leon's kind of got it covered. If he.
Yeah, I can't see RDA taking him down. I could see the other way, if anything.
Yeah, Leon's very for someone like he's very skinny, but like he kind of mauled Gunnar in the grappling a little bit.
It's not that skinny.
No, but it's skinny relative. Like he's skinnier. He was skinnier than Gunnar. Like I thought.
I think he's got a relatively big frame for one.
Do you think? I think he's just I think he's kind of an average 170 yard.
Oh, he's quite tall. He's 6'2", I think. Remember we were watching him and we were like, fucking hell, he's massive. Like,
yeah, that's true actually.
He's actually pretty big.
I do see him taking it. I think he's just on a momentum at the moment. He's beaten some really good guys as well. Like the only fight he's lost to is Usman.
Yeah.
I think it's a split decision as well. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But he's beaten like really like high level 170ers. Like he's gone through the ringer to get there. So
it'll be a very competitive fight. I can just see Edwards edging it.
Yeah, I think Leon's got too many. RDA's got some weapons as well, but Leon Edwards knows how to use his weapons at the right time.
How does RDA win?
RDA wins by tactic. Like he has to play it smart. He has to. For me, the only way RDA gets in is he will have to. I think a lot of leg kicks will have to be applied.
I was gonna say he's got to slow him down with leg kicks and then just I don't know.
I think RDA's got to get him thinking. He's got to get Leon thinking a bit. He's got to mix it up. Maybe clinch, leg kicks.
A lot of leg kicks. I can see.
A lot of body. I think a lot of body kicks. Maybe he's just got. I think he's got to mix it. If RDA mixes it the best he can, he has a shot. But I think Leon's on a roll at the moment. And I think he'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll go decision. I think he gets decision.
I can't see a finish.
I'll get decision. Right. That's all the only. Okay, so no. The other fucking fight this weekend.
My boy!
Fucking Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman.
My boy.
Fucking the biggest boxing fight of the year, maybe?
No.
Who was the biggest boxing fight of the year?
Anthony Joshua.
Oh, okay, against Ruiz. No, but that wasn't. Yeah, maybe.
Wasn't Fury Wilder this year?
No, Fury Wilder was December. Right, so Pacquiao Thurman. Who have you got first?
Do you know what? It's so fucking close, but I just the only thing that separates it is just when it's a 50-50, you've just got to go with the younger fighter, and so I edge Thurman. But it's very hard to know because Thurman on his comeback fight was dodgy, and he nearly lost. He nearly got finished by someone that's basically a what do you call that, a fighter?
It's just a job kind of fight.
Probably a bit better than that, but
Just your average kind of...
Someone that he was meant to walk through on his fucking...
Right.
like, coming back. And he struggled big time. It was a split decision, actually. And
Pacquiao's
looked decent.
I tell you one thing about Keith Thurman, though. I tell you two things, my opinion of Keith Thurman. One, he had a layoff, and he had a lot of injuries in that layoff, man. I'll give him his due, but the second thing as well, Keith Thurman's one of them people that fights, rises to the occasion kind of thing. Like, he'll fight at the level that he's fighting. Like, Danny Garcia, he fucking... Like, for the first, whatever, how many rounds? 6, 7 rounds or 8 rounds? He was fucking on him. Like, he... Like, when he wants... Like, when he's against a really high caliber opponent, he steps up. I think he does take it. I think he decisions him. Like, by... It won't be, like, a margin, but it'll be... I think he'll just kind of, like... He'll make Pacquiao miss a little bit. He'll kind of make Pacquiao work more harder than what he has to, if that makes sense.
I think if Thurman comes in, like, 75% or more of how good he was a few years ago, he'll win. But if he doesn't, I think Pacquiao will finish him in the first half of the fight. Okay.
Pacquiao's just never...
Pacquiao, if Thurman doesn't turn up... Pacquiao's 41. If Thurman doesn't turn up, Pacquiao's going to put it on him, and Thurman's in for a long night.
I was listening to that Morning Combat. They had it with Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell, and they were saying that, like, if Pacquiao beats Thurman, right, is he the best fighter of this era? Because they obviously think
he's already the best fighter, bro.
Yeah, I know, we know.
But yes, it just solidifies it more because
Keith Thurman's like the lineal 147, right? Because he's like number 1, right?
Yeah, like lineal, kind of like a Tyson Fury's thing.
Right, yeah, that's what I mean. He's like number 1.
No one beat him. So.
At welterweight, right?
Yeah.
So if Pacquiao beats him
at that age,
yeah, it's a bit of a joke. I think if Pacquiao beats him, I think there's no questions at all. I don't think.
It's 50-50 as well. Like in the bookies, like no one can call it. Seems to be a lot of.
I heard Thurman was the favourite, and then it's sliding.
Pacquiao is actually the favourite now, if anyone. Yeah. But if I had to put a favourite, I just would go with because, like we know, like when you're 40, you can just get old and you just turn up and there's nothing.
Was it Father Time hits you, I know.
Yeah, like Thurman's only going to be better than what he showed in his last fight, whereas Pacquiao. I mean, his last fight against Broner, you didn't really see how good he was because Broner just doesn't throw any fucking punches. It was more the fight before, Pacquiao's fight before, that he looked quite good. But yeah, it's kind of just one of those ones that you don't know what's going to happen. It's interesting. But
I'm definitely going to tune in though. I can't wait for that fight. I'm really excited.
Wins.
Pacquiao, well,
and then do Pacquiao Mayweather, yeah.
Fucking hell. I tell you what, if Pacquiao won, I reckon Mayweather would actually consider that, you know. His stock will be massive if he wins.
The only thing that I hate about Pacquiao is Pacquiao will keep fighting until he's made to stop.
Right, yeah.
Like, if Pacquiao beats Thurman, fucking amazing. Then he's sent to Errol Spence or fucking Terence Crawford, and he'll take it.
Well, it's funny you said that. Did you watch the training video this week of Pacquiao? So he was like he was doing like, you know, the media training or whatever. You know, when they come in and they watch him work out or whatever. He was like his trainer was like, yeah, you're done, like you finished your training. Pacquiao was like, one more round, and like he would just do a round, shadow boxing, blah blah blah. And then trainer was like, you've done like an extra 20 minutes running this morning. Like, you don't need to do this.
Yeah.
Pacquiao's like, no, I'm going to do it. For, like, blah, blah. It's kind of like, it seems like he's kind of overdoing it, overtraining.
He'll end up, I can see him ending up like a bit of an Anderson Silva. Like, I think his career will only end in a KO or something.
Right, okay.
Because he'll just keep going until he's sent away. I can't imagine him quitting.
Yeah,
Which is a shame, because I wish he'd beat Keith Thurman and quit.
But if he beats Keith Thurman, that's just...
But he won't, because then he's got a massive payday against Errol Spence or someone. So it just won't stop.
Yeah, or like Crawford or someone like that.
And then one of those guys will beat him. Like, they just will.
Yeah, and I just don't see him... against someone like Errol Spence, I just don't see him winning.
What they're already talking about is what's talked about for ages. They're talking about win or lose, to be honest. I think Pacquiao's next fight after Crawford will be Amir Khan.
Well, he fought on Friday, didn't he, Amir Khan, in Saudi Arabia, was it?
Yeah, they've talked about that fight for ages, and it will happen.
But who do you slide towards? You slide towards Thurman a bit.
Yeah, my heart says Pacquiao, but Yeah, my head is very 1% more for Thurman.
Okay. There's only a few more things I'll go through. So the 16-man featherweight tournament in Bellator. What do you think of the tournament system in MMA?
I like it.
You like it, yeah?
Yeah, because it just stops fucking about and they have to fight whoever's in front of you.
Right. Did you enjoy the welterweight one? Well, it hasn't even finished yet. They still got to do.
Yeah, and the heavyweight one. I've liked both of them.
They've done really well, and the featherweight one has got some fucking. I'll throw a few names out that you'll know. So you got obviously Patricio Ferreira. He's fighting Arculeta. He's the one that TJ trains with. Just knocked out Dantas.
Yeah.
Really good. He's a solid fighter. That'd be a really good fight.
He's undefeated, I think.
I think you might be right. No. I think he's lost like 2 or 3. He's lost like minimal fights. But they've got 8 first round fights, right? 4 of the fights are on the September 7th, and then the other 4 on the 28th. So they've done it really well how they've done it.
I wish UFC did it.
UFC, that would be crazy, I think. If they
I don't know why they wouldn't do it. It would be dead.
Because there's too many...
it's too much politics.
And too much politics, and the fighters want more money, I think. You got Daniel Strauss is fighting Derek Campos. Fucking great fight. You got Emmanuel Sanchez in it. You got AJ McKee. He's the one I'm looking forward to watching in that tournament, you know, because this is going to be his first tests.
The black guy.
Yeah. He's very well rounded. He's just young, and he hasn't fought anyone in that top fighter yet.
Yeah.
So that'll be really good. You got Darren Caldwell. He's going to featherweight to fight in this tournament. So he's fighting Henry Corrales.
Yeah.
That's a really good fight. And then you got I don't even know if you know Daniel Welch. He's a black guy. Don't know him. He's fighting Sol Rogers. Do you know him? He's the mixed race dude. He was
in the Ultimate Fighter.
That's right. He's fighting him.
He was quite good, actually.
Yeah.
He would have won it.
Yeah, because he was supposed to fight Artem. And
he
then
beat
he got
Ryan
pulled.
Hall.
Yeah, he got pulled, didn't he?
So where's that fight taking place? Because he's not allowed to fight in America. He's English. He's not allowed to fight in America. Unless
I believe it is in America.
Maybe he was... now he's allowed to
maybe
fight.
Maybe he was banned for like a year or 2 years, because that was 2015, so that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine that's done. But there's some really good fights in there. I'm really looking forward to that. If you had to think at the top of your head, I know there's not many fights. Who would you think comes up on top? Do you have like a person that?
Archuleta.
You got the Archuleta.
He hits fucking hard.
He does. Well, he's fighting Pitbull first round for the belt.
Oh, that's tough. No, I'll back him though.
That's really good. If you had, okay, I got.
Well, they don't fight. Do they fight for the belt? Then?
Yeah, they fight for because Rory fought.
What in the first round?
Yeah, Rory fought John Fitch for the belt, and he only went through to the next round because it was a draw, and obviously in a draw the champion keeps his belt.
I suppose the winner of the tournament will always have the belt anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
I've got a question for you, just off the top of your head. If you had to do a tournament for one weight class in the UFC, what would it be?
Probably welterweight.
Yeah. I would say either welterweight or like a bantamweight.
The only reason I wouldn't say lightweight is because I want to they wouldn't put Khabib against Ferguson.
Yeah, I know.
They'd have to win like 2 fights first.
Yeah.
So, whereas any fight really in the welterweight top 8 would be a good matchup.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Definitely will.
I agree. Either welterweight or even middleweight. Middleweight's quite hot at the moment. I like middleweight.
Middleweight would be
because
right.
you'd have like Romero and Jacare, you'd have Adesanya Gastelum, you'd have Whittaker.
Yeah.
You can have a few decent people in there.
Till.
Well, we'll talk about him in a minute. Well, actually, you can talk about him now. So, what do you think of Till? We spoke about this earlier, me and you, and we put it in the chat. What do you think about Till middleweight? Do you like the move? Do you think, and who do you think he fights first?
I like the move. Yeah. The tricky part is who he fights because you've got to introduce him, but you don't want it to be against some bum. So it's quite tough. I think what we said earlier. I think Tavares is a decent one because when Adesanya was coming up, he fought like Tavares. It's kind of like that good first fight just to test you, like.
But I think the thing about Tavares, I think he was off in that fight. Tavares, he didn't do fuck all.
The thing is, Tavares is actually good. Like before that Adesanya fight, he was on a streak.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 winning streak.
Tavares might even be a tiny bit too much, I think, for a Till. What I'd like to see Till step up.
See, I said to you, I personally don't like the David Branch fight. I don't like it. I think he'll just.
Yeah,
no. I don't. I think Bronson. To me, Bronson's kind of.
Brunson was the one I was thinking because Brunson looked so bad in his last fight.
Well, I said to you, I was like, Bronson's probably up there. I'd say he's up there as number one of the top ones.
A year ago, I would have said no because Brunson was so dangerous, but he couldn't even strike in his last. I don't know what the fuck he was.
Who did he fight in his last fight?
He fought.
He fought Theodora, didn't he?
Yeah, but oh my god, like he used to have power. I swear, Brunson. Like, oh my god, it was so bad.
But he's gotten chinned a few times now, so I don't know what.
And he just didn't. I don't think he's as motivated.
I think his motivation and confidence. He just knows he ain't gonna get into that top 5 anymore. Like he could have been, but he just got finished.
Yeah, I'll take Till Brunson.
Till Brunson's kind of the one I would do. There's not like anyone like you can't do someone like Jacare. You can't do like that.
Oh no, and even like you mentioned like Uriah Hall. I think that's too much. Like just stand up wise, Uriah Hall can hang with anyone, and that's just too risky.
The only other one I thought about was that Jared Cornier was the only other one, but that's a dirty one because he's got he's fast and he's got some dirty power.
Do not do that. That's a bad one. He fucking came down from 205 and he's fucking big.
He's shredded at 185 to be fair. So yeah.
No, he could. Jared Cornier is going to compete like at the top. I wouldn't do
top
that.
7 maybe.
I would not do
top
that
7
for Till.
So we both agree on Brunson.
Brunson, yeah, for sure.
But I like it. I agree with the move. I don't see him going back to 170. He's done. I think at 170. It's a shame though because I thought there was so many great matchups for him at 170. I remember there was talks about him and Usman, like him and Askren. There was so many Perry. There was so many cool fights he could have had. It's a shame.
Yeah, Perry would have been a good one. That's the only. That's the fight I think he should have took if he stayed at welterweight.
Yeah, we said that. Yeah, if he beat. I said he would have fought the winner of him and Vincent Luque.
Yeah. Oh wait, Perry ain't winning that fight by the way.
That's gonna be a fucking fight though.
That Luque's got some dirty striking.
He's got some dirty striking, but
his chin.
Was he the one that fought Barbarina? And we watched it. Was thinking, what the fuck?
Yeah, his chin's not as good as Perry's though. That's it. So who knows?
Man, you can't count Perry. Perry's fucking crazy. There hasn't been many fight announcements. I'll go for the 3 ones that I've heard recently. So, Brian Ortega's fighting a Korean Zombie. At first, we thought it was going to be Zabit.
Yeah.
Now it's Korean Zombie.
That's a good fight. Like for Ortega. Like, I think Ortega.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to take the Zabit. Just 2 reasons. One, he knew that the UFC were using him as a stepping stone. And 2, Zabit could hurt him. Could hurt him bad.
I know it was Yair, wasn't it? Though it was. I thought it was going to be Ortega Yair.
I didn't hear that, to be fair. I never heard the Yair one, but that would have been a good one.
I think it would have been a good fight.
Well, I think because Korean Zombie just knocked out Moicano, who just fought Aldo.
Yeah.
Kind of puts him in that realm. So it's a good fight. I do like it. Yeah, can't wait. That'd be a good one. Cub Swanson and fucking Kron Gracie.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting actually to see how Kron does.
But it's a big step up, I think. Like,
I don't know. I used to kind of think, and Cub Swanson was a good competitive fighter, but he hasn't looked good in a while. Like,
he fought Moicano last one, didn't he? He just got jabbed and just.
He's just. I don't know. I can see Kron Gracie just getting a hold of him and finishing it quite like first round, to be honest.
Right.
Like, it'd be interesting, like, to see if he potentially Cub might not might have a takedown defense there, but yeah. I don't think so.
I like the fight, and I'm a big fan of Kron anyway, so that'd be a good fight. And then the only other one, obviously you've heard it, but I just want to get your thoughts on. They made the fight for Adesanya Whitaker.
Yeah. Where is it?
They haven't announced it. If they don't do it in the Australia, New Zealand, I heard Melbourne, but if they don't do it in Australia, New Zealand, they fucking messed up. I think you have to do it over there. You can't do it in Vegas or whatever.
Yeah, because they're both from around there.
Well, he's from New Zealand. Whitaker's Australian.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest oceanic fight ever.
Or isn't Whitaker like New Zealand?
I think he was born in New Zealand, then he was raised in Australia or something like that.
Yeah.
Just off the top, who do you think takes that fight? If you had to say it now,
Whitaker.
You think Whitaker takes it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's a big version of Gastelum. Well, he's not, but I think if Gastelum was reaching Adesanya, then Whitaker's definitely going to reach Adesanya, and he's got just that tiny bit more behind his punches. He's got just more. He's got a better kicking game. Like Adesanya likes to, if he's on the fence and he's going off to the side, Whittaker's favourite thing is that fucking high kick.
That fake, like right overhand but high kick.
Which I'm sure Adesanya will be able to dodge, but it's just always something there. Like there's just a lot of ways I can see Whittaker winning. Whereas I don't know, Adesanya could definitely outstrike him. But
I think with Adesanya, it'll be accumulative. He can finish him, but it won't be early. It'll be late.
Yeah, he hasn't got that power to really put him away with like one strike. Whittaker's got a very good chin.
Oh, fucking! You see the Romero one? Like, that's a
He's not going to wrestle with him. Whittaker could even potentially wrestle against Adesanya.
The one thing that I favour, the one thing I like on Whittaker's side is the fact that he covers distance when he strikes so well. Like. You see him jab, and then he'll throw a right across the room.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And so does Gastelum, but is way smaller.
That's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I mean. Like, yeah. Whittaker's definitely. Well, obviously Adesanya's going to work on him for the fight, so who knows? Might be able to deal with.
I think either way, what happens will be a shock. I think it's just gonna. It's one of them fights where you're like, something mad's going to happen. I think.
Yeah, I think Whittaker's probably the majority of people's favourite, which is good for Adesanya, because if Adesanya wins, it's like another upset, it'll make his reputation go up even more.
Yeah, but I'll look forward to that fight. I'm done for my notes.
You called it, Adesanya, like, will be champion.
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? What did I say? End of 2019, I said. I
think you said end of 2019, yeah.
So weird.
That was before his debut.
Because I was taking the piss saying, but then I said end of 2019, I remember.
Yeah.
Because that was realistic.
Yeah.
And he's fucking, he's won the belt, the interim, but if he fucking beats Whittaker, my fucking prediction would have come right. But I was always high on Adesanya. I knew Adesanya before.
Yeah.
I was watching him in Glory and shit, and his striking was just on a fucking different level.
Well, it was just how much he could be exploited wrestling-wise, wasn't it? But it turned out...
He hasn't, though. He hasn't been exploited in the wrestling. Not enough for me to be confident in that.
Well, he's got a good takedown defense. Like, he seems to shoot his hips like back really.
No, he has the technique, but I would like for someone to go at him wrestling.
Whittaker won't though.
But someone like Romero or Jacare to just go in for doubles and to actually grind on him. Gastelum's okay, but he shot. What it was with Gastelum is he tried to take him down at the wrong times.
I think the only person that will take down Adesanya is Romero, to be honest.
Yeah, well, like Adesanya says in his interviews, he didn't want to go into the UFC straight away. He wanted to build up his skills, and he done it the right way. And now look at him. I've always been high on Adesanya. Whether he gets this done, I don't know. But I did say he'd be champ by the end of the year, and he definitely could be, unless fucking.
Well, he's already interim champ actually, so
yeah, that counts. But it'll be sweeter if he beats Whittaker.
Sweeter.
That's all from me, geez.
That's all from me, mate.
Love you guys. Mwah.
See you later.
Later. Love you, George.
George.
Georgia.
Uh-huh.
I thought she would get that.